Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well. As always, it's Friday and we are the Wandering Jew. This week we're in Golders Green. Can't you feel the difference? The Holy Golders Green. Anyways, so today we want to discuss, and good morning, firstly, to our viewers. Thank you for your good wishes. Hold on one second. Bear with me one second. Oh, gosh. Hold on one second. So you know how sorry, I was saying good morning to everyone. Good morning to Michael, Clarice, Carol, Estelle, Peter, Martin, and David. You know, every single Friday, bless you all, and every single Friday that we get together and I learn when I'm like pulled in all directions, something always happens. The Almighty has a wonderful sense of humor. So don't laugh at what happened to me today. So um, I didn't want. I'd bought so many bags. I just said, I needed to buy one bottle, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to put it in a bag. I'm not taking another bag. That's it. Anyways, so when I got to the car and I pressed the button, it rolled out. So it's under the car and it's 9 o'clock, and I've got to start with you guys. Okay. So therefore, I left the bottle under the car. It wasn't going anywhere, and I said I'd get it after we finished. So in the meantime, there's a security guard who's standing outside the JLE, and he notices that I've moved up to let someone out, and there's a bottle there. And obviously he thought it was some like chifetz chashud, some like security threat. So this burly security guard like comes and confiscates the bottle and takes it away. So I had to go and explain to him exactly what was going on before my bottle of fizz got blown up. Always something. Anyways, lovely to see you. A brief idea, if I may, relating to this week's Torah portion, but really it's a lesson for life, right? Because we know that the word Torah means hora'ah. It means instruction. And therefore, if it's instruction, therefore every single word, every nuance, everything that is said and everything that is unsaid is there to teach us, instruct us, guide us in life. So in this week's Torah portion, we learn about the fact that Moshe is approached by the daughters of Slavchad. This man passed away. He didn't have any sons to inherit him. And so they come and they request that they should be able to inherit their father. Moshe asked God. This question hadn't been discussed as yet. God gives his blessing, and so it is. And it's after that that Moshe thinks and assumes, as he prepares to pass the mantle of leadership onto the next leader, as he is going to depart this world before the Jewish people enter the Holy Land, that it's going to be his kids, his sons. Naturally, that's what a parent would want. The Jewish continuity, and then it goes from one generation to the next, the baton is passed. Alternatively, we may have thought that it would pass to Pinchas. Pinchas had shown himself at the beginning of the Parsha and last week's Parsha to be an outstanding leader, somebody who was zealous, somebody who was prepared to take a stand, somebody who had the strength of character and faith to be able to deal with rebellion and with conflict. And we would have thought that would be the ideal leader for us as a nation as we enter into the promised land. And in fact, God told Moshe it would be none of the above, not his sons and not Pinchas. Who was it going to be? It was Joshua. And one of the things that the takeaways from this whole episode, and there is much more to say, but it is, despite a long day, it's a very short day. I also often always wonder and pray that I should have, Joshua, when we entered into the land of Israel and we had that battle, so he was able to make the sun stand still. He asked God for a miracle, and the sun didn't set to allow them to vanquish the enemy. And on a Friday, it doesn't matter whether it's a long Friday, a short Friday, I just always find that I run out of time, and therefore I always say, I wish I was Joshua on a Friday. Anyways, getting back to where we were, which I don't know where we were, but yeah. So therefore, the lesson and takeaway for us is that really it's what works in one situation, or what leadership or style of leadership or parenting works in one situation, it doesn't necessarily follow that it's the right thing in another occasion, in another situation. The fact that something worked once doesn't mean it's a proven formula forevermore. And the fact that Moshe, did not say a word, not a word of resistance, a word of complaint. Why is it not my sons? Why is it, why is it going out, as it were, out of the family? He didn't say a word. Is because Moshe knew that it's all about, not about him, it's about the Jewish people. And as much as he wanted, of course, the his sons to be able to continue his legacy, at the end of the day, the most important thing is what was right for the Jewish people. And I think it has tremendous applications. Think about life. Think about situations that we find ourselves in. The fact that something, we took a certain stance or a certain position on one occasion, does that mean that forevermore we have to carry on in that particular guise, in that particular way? I don't think so. I don't think so. And parenting, it may be that on one occasion you've got to be a tough parent. On the other hand, there may be occasions where you have to be a soft parent. And sometimes you have to acquiesce and give in. On other occasions, you have to take a firm stance and show clear boundaries, right? And so it is in relationships. The fact that on one occasion, you may allow, may be very forgiving. On other occasions, if it's something that goes very deeply, or affects you, or is something that means a lot to you, then sometimes you have to speak up and say that it's not acceptable. So the life is very complicated, and there's many layers of sophistication. And I think we have to recognize the differences that we see around us in people and in situations, and therefore be able to recalibrate and adjust. And that's not a weakness on our part. In fact, it's a strength. The strength is that we are able and prepared to be flexible. Being Jewish means that I am prepared to, I've got my principles, but I recognize that I need sometimes to maintain my principles, but apply them slightly differently in any given situation. So please God, we should all be able to do so, as the Jewish people have done from generation to generation. This is the last Shabbat when we will be in two separate services. Next Shabbat, please God, we'll all be together, united in the united. Can't wait. A bit of housekeeping. I'm afraid on Sunday I cannot do, not because I don't want to, but simply because I'm on an aeroplane on the way to Scotland, and you cannot obviously broadcast from 10,000, 20,000 feet in the air. So we'll be back on Monday, please God. Okay, wishing you all well. Look after yourselves, keep well. Shabbat shalom. Take care. All the very best.